No problem. Looking lovely, and it's
Thank
an
you.
absolute delight to be able to talk to you because I'm a fan of your work. Have been for many years. Watched all your films, right from Saudagar, from the very early films to films like Anmol, my very favorite one, and obviously being able to interview you today. So thank you for making this happen. Now you're somebody who has been part of the film industry or the entertainment industry for the last 3 decades. You've won many, many awards, many accolades. You've battled through cancer. You also participate and support a number of charitable causes. You've also co-written a book, and now you're continuing to entertain us with your latest film, India, Sweets and Spices. Now, when people read back your journey to you like that, like I have just done, how does that make you feel at this moment in time? What goes through your mind when you hear all of that?
First of all, I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating my work. Um, so I feel grateful. Uh, and Also, I realize that there is a lot that I would want to do, and I hope I can keep getting the love.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, you're coming out now with another role, playing a mom in an American
Mhm.
film, India, Sweets and Spices. Tell us about how that film came about and what made you want to choose to do that role?
Um, the producer of the film, he's handed me the script, and I said, okay, I'm gonna take like a couple of weeks, and I will get back to you. And I was very curious, so I started reading it, and I couldn't put it down. And that's when I realized, okay, I think it may sound a little weird, but next thing in the morning, I said, I'm in. It was as quick as that. I just love the script. I just loved that it's today's story, um, and so many people will be able to relate to this story, and also this generation gap. And sometimes the younger generation is wiser than the elder in certain issues, and which I firmly believe in. So it just was reflecting to everything, and I said, this is fun film, but it also talks about certain relatable issues. So that's
Brilliant.
the
Okay,
reason.
fantastic. I mean, I love the trailer. It's very relatable to people like us who are born here in the UK or in America. So it's something really exciting and something I'm definitely looking forward to watch. Now you've starred in many films in many different languages. So as an
Right.
actor, you've done films in the Tamil language, in the Hindi language, and now obviously in English. Um,
Yes, I've done Bengali, Malayalam, Tamil,
yeah, so
Hindi.
versatile. What
Yeah, and English, American English. Yeah.
brilliant.
So
And
I have to
yeah,
say that I try to get the accent right, because here in India and in Nepal, we speak a different kind of English. I'm different. So I wanted to get the twang. I'm not sure if I've achieved that or not, but I did pay attention to that, you know. Yeah.
brilliant. No, from the trailer, it looks like the role's made for you. You just so easily fall into it, and it's so relatable.
Yay!
That character's so relatable. We've seen those characters, so I definitely think, and I think the question I was going to ask is, how hard is it to prep? Because learning a language is hard, and then to as an actor to then act in that language, have the emotions, and be that character with those languages. How how do you manage to do that? What do you do to prep yourself in terms of getting into that skin of that character?
Yeah, I love doing that. I love doing hard work. I
Yeah.
don't, in fact, that's because it's showing me a different dimension to life, and there's more for me to learn and grow, and so I love new things, learning new things. I just hope that I don't fall flat on my face, so trying to do different things. It's because we all have limited capacity to do things. So I'm really treading carefully, but the process of trying to get the different accent, the process of understanding a new character and the different genre, though. So it's a great experience, and I love to go prepared, and luckily I had prepared before I went. And because of my first table read, all the actors were all geared up and ready to go, and they all had rehearsed, and everybody was on top of the line. They all were everything, like they knew exact range of emotion, exact dialogue delivery. So I said, oh my god, so I was happily surprised at the level of commitment and preparedness all the actors were. And I'm glad I was prepared as well.
Oh no, that's brilliant. I mean, looking back at your journey when you started back in the 90s, roles for female actors were very specific. They were a specific type. Um,
Mhm.
but you sort of came in and broke that mold a little bit. You took on different roles, different characters, and you were labeled, I think it was a thinking man's actress or something in those days. Um, so when you say you're very hardworking, indeed we can see that from your body of work and from the characters that you played. Um, and I would say, you said earlier you tread carefully, but I would say in those days you took risks because in the
No,
90s to do
yeah,
those different roles that you did.
I agree with you. I didn't mean I didn't take chance. It's just that while, yeah, I mean, I think when I was younger, I definitely did things that compelled me, and the characters that I from Dil Se, I my would say, wow, okay, that I got it in this. This really resonates with what I believe in, and or I've not done that, and it's weird. Let's go and try that. So it's I have followed my heart, my instinct, and my gut feeling, and went ahead with it. At the same time, I must be grateful and thankful to the people who guided me into it. I had great advisors from time to time, and who advised me to take the right leap. You know, um, and I mean, here when I was saying I trade carefully, meaning it's like I'm trying to do an accent, and it should not fall. I should
Yeah.
not do it wrongly. Then it'll be bad. So that I meant that.
In that context. Yeah, I get that. Going back to the film, it's called India Sweets and Spices. And obviously we're Indian, so I have to ask you, what's your favorite sweet?
I'm a
We
foodie. You
South
ask me the
Asians love
wrong.
our sweets.
There'll be lists. There'll be list of things. I don't know where to begin. To be honest, I love Indian sweets. I love Bengali sweets, and like, I mean, where do I begin? Okay, so there is this sweet called Gurka Sandesh, which is a Bengali sweet,
Mhm.
which I love that. So, but I am a foodie, girl. I love food.
Fantastic. Well, if you're a foodie, we'll go to the next. Spices. What's your favorite spiced dish? What do you say?
Spiced dish. I would.
Yes.
It all depends. Pepper.
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 That's good because that's got very good medicinal properties as well. So yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Um, Speaking of medicinal properties, you've obviously battled through cancer. Um,
Right.
our communities even are afraid of using the word cancer, but you've
Right.
been very brave and you've been openly talking about it and trying to use your celebrity status to help others. Um, if I was to ask you about this journey that you've had in terms of battling through and coming out now and continuing to work and continuing on with your life as you have, what would you tell us, what would you be able to share in terms of those experiences, and what hope can you give others who are probably watching this and going through the same?
Right. So, first of all, when I got diagnosed, I was desperate to um, read, to know about other cancer patients who have gone through the ordeal, and I just wanted to navigate how do I get help and get inspired. And there are very, very few people, and I just realized how much of a relief there was when I would find someone talking about the ordeals and overcoming the ordeals. So I had promised myself that if I do get well, I will speak about it openly, and I will speak about in a way that other cancer patients can navigate their journey, and also with the ray of hope in a hopeless scenario, and to get enough guts and willpower to go through the grind no matter what. So that's the reason I also wrote a book called Healed, and it talks about the journey and all that. And I have to say that after going through the whole ordeal of cancer, the treatment, and the fear of death and all that, today I'm back working and taking on challenging characters and roles and stuff like that. That also is some sort of a fight back to the stigma attached, that once you're sick you can't get over it, or once you had any kind of serious ailment you can't go back to normal life. I want to break that stigma, and that's my drive. And that's my drive to to look good, to be healthy, and to do my work to the 100% of my potential. And that's my drive, so that if tomorrow somebody should be able to say, oh, if she can do it, I can too. And no matter how many people run you down, no matter how many people judge you, or they say, oh, you can't do this now, you've had this disease, you should relax now. But if you have the fire in the belly, if you have big dreams and you still want to pursue a career, or you want to do anything in life, I don't think you should be held back because of fear or advice of somebody, you know. So it's basically, I wanted to break that barrier. I wanted to break that stigma and say, hey, I'm healthy and I'm following my dreams and I'm following the path that I want to. And so can you.
Wow, more power to you. Honestly, I could listen to you all day. That's just so inspiring, and it's giving a lot of strength, I'm sure, to obviously myself and lots of other people who will watch this. So, it's incredible journey that you've had. We're really, really inspired by what you've overcome and what you're continuing to achieve. Obviously, we're really looking forward to watching your latest. Um,
Please
on
do.
Definitely. And on that note, what does the future hold for you in terms of what are you planning to do next? Obviously, like I said, you've done almost everything in terms of winning accolades, awards, your body of work in terms of your films in several languages, written the book, all the amazing charitable work that you do, the education program that you have as well. So what's next?
Well, I wish to continue acting because it's something that I really love to do. And I do have many stories to tell, so many couple of more books. And and God knows what. I'm open to the universe. I'm open, and I'm sure, something will come up that I don't know right now, but something will happen.
Brilliant. Well, we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and good
Such
luck
a
with
pleasure
everything you do.
talking to you.
Likewise. Thank you so much.